Hi everyone, Sunil Dand. Let's talk about inflammation and all of the inflammation that you likely have. If you're a busy man, you're running around all over the place, you've got 1,000,001 commitments between work, between family, and you know that your health has come a distant second. You're out of shape, you lack energy, you can't sleep, you're stressed, then you almost certainly have underlying inflammation. And I want to talk in this video about how it's linked to a condition known as insulin resistance, which you may have heard of before. So let's go over this, and I'm going to try to be as succinct as possible. I have a few notes here, and we'll talk first about how insulin resistance develops, because this isn't an overnight process. It occurs over time. And to back up, I would like you to realize that if you're insulin resistant, it basically means you have too much insulin in your body, and think like any system, eventually resistance develops. So why do you have too much insulin in your body? Well, in a nutshell, it's due to lifestyle, predominantly diet. Going back to your grandparents, great-grandparents, distant ancestors, they didn't suffer these constant insulin spikes during the day. What will work to spike your insulin levels constantly? Well, in a nutshell, a diet which is higher in carbohydrates, sugars, processed foods, all of those takeouts that you keep eating because you're on the go, you would have had constant insulin spikes over time, resulting in insulin resistance. And the problem with insulin resistance, when insulin levels are high, insulin is the fat storage hormone. So you definitely don't want too much insulin in your system. And insulin resistance is also associated with underlying inflammation. There are a few other scientific concepts here, known as oxidative stress, mitochondrial dysfunction, and without getting into too much detail, basically, if all of those things are happening, it means you are inflamed. Now, there is a caveat here, because it's not all about diet, although most of it is, the majority is. There are other core pillars as well, which result in you being more sensitive to insulin. Remember, insulin sensitivity is a good thing, but insulin resistance is not a good thing. So the other core pillars would include your exercise levels, how much you're moving. Are you doing regular strength training? Are you doing cardio? Are you addressing stress in your life? Because if cortisol and adrenaline levels are high, then it is going to also lead to insulin resistance and inflammation. And are you prioritizing sleep? I suspect you might not be. Of course, you have all of these responsibilities, so you haven't been exactly focusing on sleep, and maybe you haven't realized how sleep is vital for good baseline metabolic health and reversing insulin resistance and inflammation. So I'd really like you to remember those terms, because you're going about your everyday life in a state of inflammation and insulin resistance, and now is the time to take steps to reverse it. Small steps every single day in the right direction, so that you can tick all of these boxes and be the best version of yourself. Thanks everyone for watching. Feel free to leave a comment down below. This is a channel for busy men who want to be in the best possible health and be the best version of themselves. Hit the like button if you like this video, and the subscribe button for more similar videos in the future. And I will see you in the next video.